Hey guys, welcome back for another video. So I'm back at the Bittersweet flip project again today. And today I decided that it's time to do some work outside. I've got the Kubota B2601 with me, brush hog, grapple. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a final mowing around this place. I wanna get this grass knocked down one more time here this fall. And then I brought a bunch of saws and some other equipment, and I'm gonna go around and get all cleaned up around, around the garage and this machine shed and around the barn. I've got in a couple days I'm meeting with somebody who I'm hoping I'm gonna have do some repairs to these outbuildings, and I just wanna kind of get cleaned up around those for him, plus all these, all this volunteer trees that have grown up in fence lines and stuff. That stuff needs to be cleaned out. So I'm gonna work on that. I've got trees that are just all overgrown. These couple of sugar maples here in front of the house, I'm gonna get these trimmed up, and then I need to also get rid of this pine that is obviously dead. So I'm gonna get that knocked down. And I'm just gonna make a big old brush pile. I already have a pile started back kind of behind that barn where I'd taken out. The previous owners, I think over the years, have just dumped a bunch of branches back there. So as I was cleaning up around there originally, I pulled a bunch out and I already have a pretty good pile started out there. So I'm gonna add to that pile, and then one of these days when we have a nice calm morning, I'll burn that and get that all cleaned up, and we'll be good to go. So something I've been wanting to get done. I'm at a good stopping point for the interior of the house, so I decided today would be a good day, good time to come outside and get some of this stuff knocked out. So I'm going to enjoy the weather and get some tractor work done. All right, got this opened up now. I can actually see what I'm doing in here. So I'm gonna work on trying to get some of this stuff cut out of here. So these are probably all mulberry trees, all volunteer stuff that's grown up in these fence lines. Shouldn't be there. There's some, I don't know what kind of tree this is, but I can't even close this door because the tree's growing up next to the door. By the front door here going into the barn, there's a mulberry tree growing up. Back here in the corner of the barn, that tree is growing up all over the top of it. So this is what I'm going to try to get cut out of here. This stuff, it's probably not going to be real easy because it's all, intertwined into the fence, and I really don't want to wreck my chain. But I'll do the best I can to stay out of it, and if I hit metal, I'll sharpen it and keep on going. So let's see what we can do with this mess. Oh. Well, that really wasn't too bad. Much better getting this all cleaned up here. I'll get all the rest of this kind of weedy stuff that's growing up here. I'll get that trimmed out, and this whole corner will look much better. Now I just have to go around and do that about 10 more times, and I'll have this place cleaned up. corn coming out. Picking right across the road today. So this area here in the barn, I think they must have had hogs in here at one point in time. This is all fenced off. And they've got this box here that basically is a way to get outside, and they just had the door closed up to the box basically. And so this is that door that's got the broken header that I'm hopefully gonna hire somebody to take care of and fix for me. But anyway, this little, I don't know, I'll call it a hog lot, this thing is a complete disaster. There's more trees than anything in here, and I don't know how big of a challenge this one's gonna be, because these things look like they're really intertwined around this fencing. So I guess I'll just start cutting and see what I can do. All right, I am gonna have to take a break on this here. I don't know, my saw's got, I think I've got a jet clogged up or something like that, like on the high side. It doesn't want to run wide open very well, so it's the only thing I can think is I got some gunk in my carburetor. So I've got to deal with that before I continue cutting here. But what I think I will do is I'm gonna go take that pine tree down. I've got my other, I've got a bigger saw with me to cut that, and I really don't want to use, I could use my bigger saw in this stuff, but I know I've ticked concrete once, and I've touched steel post once, and that other saw's got a brand new chain on it, and I really don't want to ruin that chain cutting in around this fencing. So I guess I'll have to work on this thing, get it cleaned out, and then I'll come back and continue cutting on this. But for now, I guess we'll go take down a pine tree. Well, there's the pine that I'm going to take down. You can see it's extremely dead. The wind, it's kind of blowing it that way. I guess I'll just let it go in the direction of the wind. The lean is actually a little bit more the other way, but I think the wind is gonna probably take it, so I'll see if I can let it go the direction of the wind. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys this. I am continually impressed with this little B2601 and that grapple, how much work I can get done with it. And just to kind of give you an idea of capacity, so this log, basically the trunk of this tree is 16 feet long and it's 21 inches diameter at the base of the log. And I'll show you that this little tractor can lift this with no problem. And there's the whole top of the tree. It's just amazing the work that you can get done with that grapple. Absolutely love this setup. And I brag about it all the time, but man, I couldn't imagine doing chores like this without it. So. All right, guys, I'm calling it quits. I decided that while I've got the tractor and brush hog here, that I would go ahead and mow this one last time. Make it a lot nicer, I think, in the spring. So I got that done. You know, I'm always impressed. That old 40-year-old brush hog, how well that thing mows. If you haven't seen my video on refurbishing that thing, you have to check that out. It was a real junker when I got it, and tell you what, it works pretty good. But got everything cleaned up. Got that pine tree was right over there. Got that gone. I went ahead and went around with the brush cutter attachment and then the weed eater and got everything all cleaned up around the house, the LP tank, the garage, the barns. The only thing that I don't have cleaned up is around this old dog kennel. It's wrapped in a couple different sections of fence, so I need to get in there and take some of that fence loose because those weeds are all grown up in between the two fences. So I've got to do that yet, but most of this is pretty well cleaned up. So felt pretty good about that. I've been kind of wanting to do that all summer, but felt like I couldn't do it because I had so much stuff to do inside. I'm going to continue working. I think in the last video I said I was going to get to those columns. I am going to get to those columns one of these days, but I need to do something about all this rock. There's pea gravel. I don't know if I've showed you this before, but I don't know, all this area going back to where the dog kennels used to be is all pea gravel and it's just a mess. So I need to work on getting this cleaned up. And then by doing that, I'll scrape up all these weeds here too. This is an old well, clean up around there. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring the tractor home, get rid of the bush hog, and then bring back here either my box blade or scraper blade. I'm not sure which, because I really want to get this mess cleaned up before winter. I also need to do some work on this driveway. As you can see, it's all really overgrown, so I need to get this sprayed and killed off. And I don't know, I may drag it if I have a blade here, spray it, kill the weeds off, and then get a couple of loads of gravel, or just one load probably, in here going to both sides of the garage. I think right now there's only gravel going maybe to the one side of the garage, so I need to clean this up. Hate to spend money on gravel, but it's necessary. And then I've got pea gravel up here in front of the house too, where my dump trailer is always parked. So that needs to be cleaned up. So all this stuff needs to be cleaned up. And then I may grade this out because I'm kind of thinking about pouring a little sidewalk here from the front of the house, come out just out to the general direction of the driveway. So quite a bit more tractor work to get done before it gets cold. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that knocked out. Like I said, I'll probably bring the tractor back tomorrow with a blade. Actually, it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so maybe the following day. But for now, good progress has been made. That makes me happy. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Do me a favor, hit the like button. As always, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next video.